A very warm welcome, Sukanya ji. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. And today we are going to talk, as about women empowerment, mentoring of women, and how they are the base, the foundation, and the stem of this country called India. So it'll be great to interact with you. Your experience at BYST as a mentor, or rather a mentor of mentors, is going to be very enlightening for the audience today. I would like to now request you to introduce yourself and BYST a little bit from your side. Welcome, madam.
Thank you, Manpreet. Thank you so much. On the occasion of Navratri, to everyone, Shubh Navratri to you and to everyone. May we come out of this the effect of the toxic virus, and may Ma Ambe make the world free from this coronavirus. On this note, I would like to say that, for last 20 odd years, I'm in this mentoring field of BYST, a great platform of mentoring where I mentor underprivileged Indian youths, especially for people who are devoid of education or experience. By default, they want to start an enterprise. So they do not hold an IIM degree by virtue of education, but they have the passion, they want to start, they have the will. So we facilitate as mentors, take them to BYST office, provide them loans, acting as a mediator or coordinator with their project submission to the various banks, and thereby we continue mentoring at each and every stage to upscale their projects. And there are many cases for last 18 odd years I have come across. And now, especially post-COVID era, I find women entrepreneurs are all on the rise because women are key contributors towards GDP. And not only that, and they require mentoring because they are entrenched in the social taboos. So a lot of financial barriers they face. So here I come as a mentor where I can really, I feel that, people like me can bring about some changes and instill confidence in the inside the female force to come out of their seclusion and, break those barriers, social taboos, and start realizing their talent and emerge as entrepreneurs.
Great. So this BYST is basically associated or affiliated with CII?
It's a wing of CII, an organ of CII. And we've been, they actually provide us a lot of other features. Also, like sometimes they act as digital partners, financial partners, but we are a full-fledged, on our own, a platform, an NGO platform who guides, who mentors for underprivileged Indian youth to start their own enterprises with their own skill sets.
That's great. So, as you will be more aware than me about this ground reality, that when it comes to small and medium businesses or micro businesses, when we add that, I think nearly about 48% of these businesses are run or operated by women. These are home businesses, small businesses, ladies working from small organizations from their homes. So this impacts our economy in a large way, but it is not accounted in any way. Do you think that this all needs to be brought about in the mainstream in some manner or the other?
Can you come again?
For example, you know that about 48% of businesses, yes, small and medium, are yes, women run or women empowered. So yes, do you think that they need to be brought about in some kind of a formal manner where we can account for all this? Because all this is unaccounted. Their strength, yes, their struggle is unaccounted, because a lady works from her home. Most of the time, she doesn't even tell the family. I mean, our society is such, which is changing, of course. But do you think we need to bring them into the mainstream in some way?
Yes, that's a challenge. They ought to be brought under a formalized economy. And because now, there's a paradigm shift happening under various yojanas like Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. We've been giving loans like around 73,155 accounts have been opened. And what I find is there are gender, parity will be achieved according to there's a McKinsey report, which they gave, in which they say, especially in rural entrepreneurs, between the age group of 24 to 40, 29 to 40, only 19% of the population are involved. So this is quite, a disturbing fact. But nevertheless, there is always a time. There's always a lot of yojanas. Especially our think tank Niti Aayog, they have launched a platform also, Women Entrepreneurship Forum, where you can register and get registered, and they give you guidance also. A lot of yojanas are coming on the way to empower them, especially in the post-COVID era. And I'm always there. My platform is always there to reach people through your medium. I would like to say today in our conversation, through our conversation, I would like to say women, whoever they are, wherever they are, semi-urban, urban, or rural clusters, they all can approach us. They all can also log into WEF. There is a Women Entrepreneurship Forum of Niti Aayog. Get registered, get logged in, and simultaneously they get also guidance and also inputs from all those registered mentors there also. And from my side, they're always welcome. So hereby, what happens is that I would like to give an example in this post-COVID era. There was a girl, a college girl, who finished her college. She got a white-collar job, but she quit that. She didn't opt for that. In fact, after March, in fact, April, she didn't go for that, and she plunged into organic veggies. She started distributing these vegetables. She started using WhatsApp as a mode of communication. She floated around the world, and she used me as a tool. And I also helped her in, because women have to empower. Most importantly, one woman has to empower another woman. That is most important. So I realized her talent. And then Prakritik Veggies. So every Thursday, she has a Google form. She floats that Google form and she asks us to place the order. She directly gets the produce from the farmer from Satara and Latur and also Nashik. From there, the logistics are arranged. I'm talking about all these things during lockdown. They're essential. She also had a lot of challenges because of essential. They were given e-passes. So those transportation also she had faced. But all those bottlenecks she overcame. A lot of challenges were there, sourcing out those produce. Now, in fact, she directly gets the produce. That is the biggest advantage of free of insecticides and pesticides. So I enjoy those veggies which are free of chemicals. And I feel that we need to encourage, because being a woman, and I had encouraged her, and I did ask her, what made you to plunge into this? So she said, I will get a white-collar job, no doubt about it. But this was a golden opportunity for me to get into this, because I sensed there is a need for veggies for people, because during the lockdown, essentials were allowed and vegetables, fruits, or vendors were all selling their produce. So she capitalized this particular time. And here she is. And
I think this is what we call, the entrepreneurship spirit of a person, especially the women.
She also had faced a lot of logistics issues.
I'm sure.
But she's here as an emerging entrepreneur.
I'm glad you mentioned about Atmanirbhar Bharat. Our Honorable Prime Minister has been going on and on about Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan and what we are doing through the mission of Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is slowly trickling down. Initially people used to think, oh, what is it all about? It's just another jargon. But today, after more than a month or two of announcing that, we are seeing the actual changes on the ground. And this is what I think we need to highlight more. According to you, what is the essence of women entrepreneurship towards Atmanirbhar Bharat?
See, I would like to say, women entrepreneurs, they face financial barriers, social taboos, because of their family support. Sometimes they don't get the family support. Now there's a paradigm shift, from even in the urban areas as well as in the rural areas. And I've been dealing with self-help groups, ASHA workers, and there is also Bachat Agadi, where I've been dealing with all those self-help groups where they have, they are into sanitary pads manufacture, eco-friendly, without use of single use of plastic. That is also quite, because eco-friendly products, and that gives me a lot of satisfaction. That, but there are issues: funding assistance, financial assistance, digital upgradation, know-how, skill sets. So there, we people like us, mentors like us, we have to mediate. Our role comes there as now and then. Pre-COVID era I'm talking about. I used to visit their garage. I used to, in a week, during weekends, I used to go and visit their garage. I used to counsel them. I did ask them, what made you to come to this garage, or what made you to do this? They say, बच्चों को हम स्कूल भेज देते हैं, पति भी ऑफिस चले जाते हैं, तो हमें भी कुछ करने की इच्छा होती है. मैंने बोला, इतना काम करते हो, अब घर का काम थकते नहीं हो सकते? तो they say, no, कुछ अपने लिए भी कुछ करना चाहिए. So the essence is that they need that idea which is called as Atmanirbharta, a prophetic call, a clarion call given by our Prime Minister. It has been ignited, but the ideation process, we need to put our nerves and bones and muscles, as Swami Vivekananda says. So in that, when we put our nerves and bones and muscles, here we are moving towards Atmanirbharta. Women, not the weaker sex, said Bapu long back. So emotionally, she's very strong. If she thinks that एक बार हिंदुस्तानी नारी ठान लेती है, वो तो है ही सक्षम. So नारी तू नारायणी, नारी एक शक्ति का रूप है. तो जब वो ठान लेती है कुछ करने को, और वो हिंदुस्तानी नारी को कोई रोक नहीं सकता है. So that is the undying spirit, and they have shown, they will be showing. Yes, now and then they need assistance. All those assistance, there are platforms now. 20 years back it was not there, but now they're all realizing their talent, latent talent, which are inherent inside them. It's coming out, and I'm very happy that these platforms are helping them to empower these budding women entrepreneurs across regions of India.
So true, so true. And मुझे सबसे अच्छी बात ये लगी जब आपने कहा, which is the true sign of being आत्मनिर्भर, इस पति जब पैसे मांगता है तो हम दे देती हैं. I think that is true in every household of the country, whether you admit it or not. जब वो सबसे ज्यादा तकलीफ में होता है पति, जब या सचमुच he is facing those issues, he goes to his wife, even if he does not say anything. The lady of the house, they sense this and they says, kuch takleef hai kya? And they come out with solutions, and which are really truly out of the box. And this is definitely something that I really appreciate about the Indian women and the empowered Indian women. So it's a great interaction that you've highlighted these points. One last point that I would like to discuss, when it comes to women entrepreneurship and the yojanas that you mentioned, do you really think, is there a repository of all the yojanas and the schemes that are available for women in one place, or does that really need to be done?
Can you come again, Manpreet?
The yojanas that we were talking about, for women that are there, do you think that there is a single repository available, either as a website or as a book from either the government, where there is a one-stop shop that a woman entrepreneur or a woman can go to a particular website and see all the schemes that are there available for her, which she can utilize? Is there a single repository, or do we have to go to multiple places?
I have given already in my last 20 minutes of our interaction, in fact, 2 platforms, the major platforms, wef.com, okay, and byst.com or byst.org.in. They, especially for underprivileged Indian women, they're all welcome. They can approach me anytime. My Twitter ID is @SukanyaIyer2. I'm always there. My this platform is always open 24 hours. You can log in. We're always there to help you as messengers. And whoever can approach us, they can directly in Pune. You have an office at Shivaji Nagar. So you all can go to this website also, BYST, .org.in, and you can really avail all the schemes, all the loans, and you can come out as flourishing entrepreneur.
Thank you so much. It's a really a great initiative, that I think this government is doing when it comes to all the aspects that are the foundations of developing the economy and the strength within the country. So it's definitely something worth appreciating, I must say. In addition, I would like to add, in Uttar Pradesh, the government just yesterday has announced Mission Shakti. Now,
Yes.
this is specifically for empowering the women, taking care of their initiatives. And this is something that entire country, every state needs to replicate and tell them that we are there with you. If you need anything, we are there
Yes,
to
I was
support.
referring to that only. Mission Shakti in UP, UP Chief Minister has implemented it.
That's right.
This was introduced by central government in March 2020, this year.
Right. Perfect. Thank you, Sukanya ji. It has been great interacting with you. It's been a pleasure. And we would definitely be inviting you once again. Signing off, this is Manpreet Singh, President, Indian Chamber of International.
Thank you so much, Manpreet. It was great interacting. I hope so. People reap the harvest out of our interaction.
Thank you so much. It's been great.
Thank you so much.